Avengers! Assemble. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's the Preventers, you guys, and welcome back to another Marvel Future Fight video. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today with the brand new March update sneak peek. So before we get into all the talking, let's get straight into watching the actual sneak peek first. Watch it twice through, once with me commentating and once with just a sneak peek. Oh, the sneak peek cracks me up so much. And if you do not know, that is indeed Squirrel Girl, an evil version of Squirrel Girl. And it says unbeatable at the end. So let's break this down because boy, was there a lot in this sneak peek. Now, so first of all, if you didn't know, every year for MFF, for the April Fool's update, which is this update, they always like to do something funny. Last year, they did a combination of Deadpool and Gwenpool, and they always kind of just like to troll us with like funny uniforms and a funny sneak peek. And this one was definitely very funny. So straight off the bat here, we have a Scarecrow Thanos on Thanos' farm, and then we see Thanos walking over to his farm, and we can see this with the plants and everything. This is sort of based off of Avengers Infinity War at the end when he's on his farm after snapping. But as well, his costume is from the comics, which I will get into later in the video. But here we see him with a rake, and he's raking. And if you do zoom in on the rake when he uses it right there, it's going to be hard to pause it, but right there you see a T and then a 4, meaning Thanos is going to be getting a tier 4, which is pretty crazy, guys, because he's always been really good. And for him to get a tier 4 already kind of seems like a little soon. But at the same time, it kind of feels right. So we'll have to see how good he is. Let's see if they keep him PvP or if they switch him over to PvE. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be funny if you can go around killing everyone in timeline with a farmer Thanos. But yeah, it is hard to try to get the clearest image of it, but you can pretty much see it for the most part. It's there, T, and then 4. So yeah, Thanos is getting a tier 4, which is pretty insane. If you ask me, and he is going back to farming. I guess it's going to be interesting. If you look at his uniforms, he goes from a regular Thanos from the comics, and he goes to a more upgraded version with a cape, and he goes to Infinity War, then to Endgame, and then to King of Black Thanos, and now to a farmer. So yeah, it's going to be pretty funny. Definitely a sort of April Fool's joke there. And more to that joke is that the squirrel. It obviously, I do like the animation here where it's like twitching its head, but the fact that the squirrels beat up Thanos is just kind of like the funny part about it. Like, if the squirrels are beating up Thanos, what is he going to be able to do in the game? I'm sure it won't apply in game like that, but they just did that to be funny. But I think it is hilarious how a couple squirrels just take down Thanos. And then we have Squirrel Girl, this brand new evil look. She's looking kind of like Thanos' armor, but then Squirrel Girl. And she has the evil red eyes, and you can tell Squirrel Girl because of the teeth and everything. And this is unbeatable, and it glitches to tier 3, meaning that Squirrel Girl will be getting a tier 3 upgrade. So yeah, she's finally getting the upgrade that she's needed for a long time. And then along with Thanos getting a tier 4. So yeah, it's very random, but that's kind of how these April Fool updates always feel. So now let's go ahead and see what they said in the description and everything now that we've kind of broken it down. So unfortunately, for those of us that were excited for a Loki or Wolverine tier 4, that's not happening. I'm okay with the Loki because I know we'll get a tier 4 for him when his second season comes up. on Disney Plus. But for Wolverine, I was kind of hoping we'd get a tier 4 for him soon. Who knows? Maybe we still will. But at the same time, we do have many, many combat types, so it is pretty nice to see a Universal get a tier 4, because I believe there's only 3 Universals right now in Black Bolt, Thor, and Jean who actually go to tier 4. So it is pretty nice, actually, now that you think about it. It does work, it does fit. As far as one of these uniforms being the premium uniform, I'm going to assume it's Squirrel Girl because they've always made the female characters have the premium uniforms, meaning you'd actually have to pay for them. And I can't see them doing another tier 4 premium. Maybe they do though, because it is Thanos. We'll have to see. But let's go ahead and read the description here. It says the farmer on the squirrel field. Check out the new look and powers of the Titan who is living a peaceful and ordinary life on a field, and the unbeatable squirrel who has taken her powers to new heights. And if we go ahead over here on the forums, they say something very similar. They say, this is CM Fragment. Agents, these heroes have changed their looks in celebration of April Fool's Day. So, yeah, it is confirming again, it is an April Fool's update. And they do say heroes, even though Thanos isn't a hero and Squirrel Girl is looking like a villain. What to see what the typing works out there. It's going to be interesting because Thanos is also retired. So maybe he is a hero now. I don't know. It's going to be interesting once the patch notes drop. Then it says, check out the new look and the powers of the Titan who's living a peaceful and ordinary life on the field, and the unbeatable squirrel who has taken her powers to new heights. So same thing as the YouTube. And then they say, we'll announce more information through the patch details later. Thank you. Meaning this is the very final sneak peek for March. So I'm assuming we get the patch notes tomorrow, and then we get the update Saturday because that is April Fool's. That'd be pretty awesome. I don't know if they'll do that. It depends on the caliber of this update. Obviously, through the patch notes, we'll find out how big of an update it is. And like we said, when we looked at the data miners post the other day, we could be getting a double mid-month update so that we can align on time for the Guardians of the Galaxy update. So we could be seeing this, and then we could be seeing like Kang in the second mid-month update in about a week. But who knows? It's going to be pretty interesting. They have a lot of room to do kind of whatever they want, and they could make it really good or really bad. So we're going to see how it goes. But I'm pretty excited. I think it's pretty funny. The April Fool's uniforms are always hilarious. And Gwenpool wasn't bad for a while. So we'll have to see. And Thanos being tier 4, he's going to guaranteed be a top 19 character now because he'll be I think the 19th or 20th tier 4 in the game. So we don't have to worry about another April Fool's where we get a character that's not good. But then Squirrel Girl, we'll have to wait and see. But I did search them up to see what comic runs they had. And so obviously, like I said, with Thanos, they did base it off the movie. But in the comics, he does actually have a uniform that looks like this. It's exactly the same. I'm not sure if he's holding the rake here or not, but he's got the green drape and then the like brown kind of vest thing on the bottom on his torso. So it is from the comics. And then as far as Squirrel Girl, I couldn't find much except for this comic run right here. I'm not sure what it's called. But she does call herself the Nutcracker, and she basically goes evil. Just off of reading right here, she does go evil because people made fun of her as Squirrel Girl, which, I mean, everyone does. It's just funny. And she turned evil and became the Nutcracker. But I do believe they call her something totally different. They say unbeatable. So not necessarily. They might actually call her Nutcracker, but they do call her unbeatable a lot. Which I'd have to look more into the comic run to find out. But I didn't see too much else on this comic run, but I did find it here. It looks almost the exact same. The only difference that I'm finding is that, like I said, it looks like she kind of has like Thanos' armor on, but otherwise it looks very similar. It's the closest one that I can find as far as the hair and the eyes and the makeup. So I do assume that this is the same sort of uniform from the comic run, and they just modified it a little bit and gave her like the gold Thanos armor to kind of make it funny that she like killed Thanos with her squirrels. But yeah, it was definitely very surprising when I saw this. I was very surprised. It's an interesting combination of Thanos and Squirrel Girl. But we'll have to see. Like I said, Thanos PvP, PvE. What is it going to be? Ultimately, he's going to be good because he's going to level 80 and going to tier 4. The question is, though, will he cost more tier 4 materials? Because he is a premium, not a premium, he is a tier 2 native character. When you unlock him from Boss Legend, you get him at tier 2. So will he cost the same amount of materials as Jean Grey, or more or less? We'll have to see. It makes sense to keep it the same, but who knows with MFF? They might change things around. But that is something that we're going to have to take a look at for the patch notes. And as far as Squirrel Girl, she is a speed type, and the speed class isn't always the best. Right now, it's doing pretty well because of the past tier 4s, but we'll have to see where she stands. We definitely don't have too many great speed characters in Timeline other than Spider Man. So she could fit there, I guess. But as far as like ABX, ABL, we kind of got it covered with Shadow Shell, Black Widow, Ant Man. So it's gonna be interesting to see where she falls in the meta, and if she can fall in the meta. But being a premium character, well, or a premium uniform, I'm assuming they may not make her too good either to not upset the free to play players. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the sneak peek. The only other thing I want to say is that I did have a Celestial Essence video that was supposed to come out today, but because of the sneak peek, we're going to push it back. I don't want to just flood all my content into a couple of days, but we do have videos pre-recorded already. But if this update drops Saturday and we get the patch notes tomorrow, we're probably going to have to push these videos back a little bit. Like I said, I always want to make sure that I am able to post daily to you guys. But that will do it for the sneak peek, guys. The March update sneak peek number 4, getting tier 4 Thanos, and we're getting tier 3. What's her name? Squirrel Girl for the April Fool's event, and we'll see what else they drop in the update. I don't see Kang being in this update. I feel like he would have been somewhere in the sneak peek if we were getting him in this update. But maybe, like I said, there's a chance we get a double mid-month, and maybe that's when he comes in. But I do think it is time we get Kang. So we got to keep an eye on that, and hopefully it does happen. The only thing I was thinking about, and I was talking with a couple of other my friends, is that Gene just did get dropped, so maybe they are dragging Kang out a little bit so that Gene still stays a little relevant. Sorry, starting around my words there, but maybe because they want to keep Gene relevant, that's why they haven't dropped World Boss Legend Kang yet. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, he comes out soon, and hopefully we get a good Squirrel Girl and Thanos. We'll have to wait and see, though, guys, in the patch notes, and let's see if we get any other cool quality of life changes or any other events in general, because it is April Fool's, so it'll be pretty funny. Maybe they drop some like fun game mode, like where the event quests are, maybe some fun little game mode like they do for like Halloween and stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys so very much for watching, but that'll do it for the video. We'll see you guys all tomorrow, presumably for the patch notes. We'll have to wait and see. And if not, we'll be back with the Celestial Essence video and or Null. But that'll do it for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys all later. Take care, guys.